Hi there, Storytime friends. I'm Miss Cathy. Thanks so much for joining me. We have a busy story time today. We're going to read two stories about the moon. Do you know where the moon normally is? Where do we usually see it? In the sky, right? Where do we normally see it in the sky? Do we see it in the daytime or do we see it at night? That's right. We normally see the moon up in the sky at night. So our first story is called Come Back Moon, and it's about some animals who try to get the moon back when a bear takes it. And in the second book, The Boy and the Blue Moon, a lot of interesting things happen to the boy. You're going to need to use your imagination. So let's learn some facts about the moon and jump right into our stories together. Come on, join me. We live on planet Earth, and our planet has only one moon. It takes the moon about 27 days to travel all the way around the Earth. The moon does not make its own light. It reflects the light of our sun. The moon's surface is rocky. It is covered with dust, debris, and lots of craters. The moon has many phases, but once a month you can see the whole thing. This is called a full moon. Our first book today is Come Back Moon, written by David Kherdian, illustrated by Nonny Hogrogian, and read with permission from Simon & Schuster. Bear couldn't sleep and blamed the light of the moon. So Bear stole the moon. No one knew where the moon had gone. "It's gone," said Fox. "Where did it go?" asked Skunk. "I miss the moon," said Possum. "Maybe someone stole it," Raccoon said. "Don't you know?" Crow asked Fox. "You're the clever one. Where did it go?" "I may be clever," Fox said, "but Owl is wise. Let's ask Owl." "Let's ask Owl," said Possum. "Let's ask Owl," said Skunk. "Let's ask Owl," said Raccoon. Owl was watching them. "Do you know where the moon is?" they asked. "I saw Bear take the moon," Owl said. "Bear!" cried the other animals. "Bear," said Owl. "Bear stole the moon." "Let's go," Fox said. "Let's go get the moon back from Bear." "Let's go," they all said. And off they went to Bear's camp. "Tell Bear a story," Fox said to Crow, "and put him to sleep. I will look for the moon." So Crow told a story, and soon Bear dozed off. Fox saw the moon glowing inside Bear's pillow. Quickly, Fox and Crow grabbed the pillow bag and set the moon free. And all the animals cheered and danced under the light of the moon. All except Bear, who was happily sound asleep. The end. Our second story is The Boy and the Blue Moon, written by Sara O'Leary, illustrated by Ashley Crowley, and read with permission from Macmillan Publishing. On the night of the blue moon, a boy and his cat went for a walk. Inside their house, the light was warm and yellow, but outside it was blue and magical. On the night of the blue moon, anything can happen, said the boy. The cat and his boy walked through the bluebells toward the forest. 100,000 tiny bells were ringing out a song that no one had ever heard before. The trees of the forest were blue as well, and somewhere high in the branches, something was singing. It might have been birds, or it might have been dragons. The path through the forest was as familiar to the boy as any room in his house. But tonight, it was different. A lake appeared where there'd never been a lake before. It was deep and blue, a very deep, deep blue. The waves made a little lapping sound on the shore that was somehow part of the same song the boy had been hearing since he'd left the house. The cat ran ahead and the boy followed. There was a boat at the edge of the lake, so they jumped right in. In the middle of the lake was a second moon, shimmering and shining. The boy steered the boat toward it. Never had the moon seemed so within his reach. Wish, wish, said the waves lapping the side of the boat. As the boy rowed closer and closer, he wished that he could go to the moon. This was a wish he'd made many times before. He'd thought about living on the moon while lying in his bed and reading his books. He'd gazed out the window and imagined what that life would be like. But tonight, he wished extra hard, and the cat wished too. The little boat was suddenly bathed in a wash of light that swirled them round and round, and the boy took his cat in his arms. Down and down they went, but somehow the whole time they were traveling down, they were also traveling up. When everything stopped, they were on the moon, which was exactly as the boy had always known it would be. Perfect. They ran and jumped and tumbled and flew. The boy collected moon rocks and skipped them through the air, counting as they flew. 1, 2, 3, and on and on. We could stay here forever, said the boy. We can make a new life on the moon. But as he was thinking how perfect it would be, he looked out into the darkness and thought of home. He shivered, and he tried not to think of how lonely it was to be out here in the deep darkness of space. The boy looked and thought he could see the yellow porch light twinkling, but perhaps it was just a star. He took his cat in his arms, and together they dove into the dark, down and down, until they could see the earth ahead of them. The earth is blue, said the boy. A blue planet. Soon they saw the lights of home, and quick as a wish, they were safe and warm in their own bed. When the boy awoke the next morning, he remembered everything. On the night of the blue moon, anything can happen, he said to the cat. And sometimes it does. The end. What did you think of our stories about the moon today? I really enjoyed this story because I loved all of the blue pictures in this book. I hope you learned some interesting facts about the moon today, and I hope tonight you might go outside and look up into the night sky and see if you can see the moon. Thank you so much for joining me today for Storytime, and until I see you next, keep reading.